Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Belligerence. Like, comment, share, and or subscribe. Okay, so basically this video here is about a download that I had got. Um so basically what's going on, it has something to do with like the people who are doing like, I don't know if you guys are still going through like spiritual warfare and stuff like that, but whoever it is, there's somebody here who's still going through spiritual warfare, and I just wanted to relay a message. Basically, I don't think I'm gonna do too long of a video. I might pull a few cards on this one, but basically, the people who are doing spiritual warfare on you, there's the person who's actually waging it against you isn't necessarily on. It's like if you're playing chess, this person is the one advising people to make moves. Okay. And all this person's tactics comes from the 48 laws of power. Okay, all the tactics come from the 48 laws of power. And I kind of want to do a reading on the 48 laws of power and do a breakdown of it and stuff like that. I guess leave it in a comment if that's what you want to see, like me like do, pull cards and break down books and stuff like that. I can do that. It really don't matter what book it is. Just well, I prefer certain books. Like I prefer books that I take that back. The only preference that I have with books that I will break down certain stuff for are ones that can have some kind of meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you can pretty much get meaning out of almost everything, but basically, let's say, certain books or whatever, I could pull like a few cards and stuff on it to try to tap in and bring out certain parts of the wisdom that isn't necessarily apparent. You know what I'm saying? Because my channel is never about telling you what to think. It's more aimed at, just offering a perspective if you want to take it or not. You know what I'm saying? Take it or don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So, this one about the laws of power, right? And for the most part, I believe I remember most of them. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull cards and see which laws of power that these people have been using so far. And I'm pretty sure they've been using all of it, but there's a certain one that I really wanted to focus on, and basically it had to do with before I even pulled the cards, it had to do with I think like the second law of power, where it was talking about using your enemies to their advantage or something like that. And basically what happens is there's this person in the background who creates chaos and conflict and stuff like that for you in your life, so that it will convince you to make a certain move, which is what that person wanted you to do all along. So this person is like hiring people to pressure you or put a lot of pressure on you to direct your life, make it seem like, basically make it where you direct yourself into chaos and conflict without them having to do the spell work, the actual spell work. That way, if there's anything that goes wrong, it's you who take all the blame for it. You see what I'm saying? Because you have free will to choose not to take that path. And whoever this is, they're trying to make it seem like you willingly took the path, right? Now, there's some flaws with it, but I'm going to pull cards and see about the laws of power. Okay, so we got the King of Wands. Perfect. The King of Wands give me the vibe of the very first law of power, never superseding the master, right? Now, in the law of power, it was talking about there was, because it's a twofer. It's a twofer, all right? Well, for me, it's a twofer because it ties into another wisdom that I know or that I read about, okay? So in this first wisdom with the 48 laws of power, basically, the people who do the spell work, it's important that these people don't appear to be smarter than this person. Because this person, if that's the flaw about this whole scheme of this whole spiritual warfare or whatever that's being waged against you, okay? Anybody, even inside the group or outside the group, but mostly the people that's inside the group, that's one of the rules, that they can never make it seem like that they're better than the person who's over the group or who's paying them to do the work in any way, shape, or form. They can't do that, because if they do, it will trigger this person's inferiority complex, and then it'll put that person on the chop block. Which brings me to my next question: is like, well, if that's the case, how do you know that all the backfire spells and stuff wasn't from this person going and whispering to another wizard or witch's ear to have them watch the person that they paying to do the work and intentionally backfiring it because they feel like they should be the ones to actually do the work, cause it to backfire in their life so that they're getting the consequences of it, to make it seem like they are the ones who are choosing to do this work, when in reality you got somebody else behind the scenes who's been sending work at you, blocking all your shit so that it comes back and hits you, while this person goes and take what they watched you put together with the spell work and try to do it for themselves. And when they find out that they can't do the work that you do, that's when they tell that other person to let off and let you continue doing the work, so that, you know, and keep doing it, because they didn't get the same result. So they're trying to, basically that's the vibe that I'm getting, is like somebody to have you start something and then jump in and try to like take over right in the middle of you doing the work. Another vibe I got was that, you know, there's somebody who basically, they wage warfare, they wage spiritual warfare on people, right? Or they start war with people. They start it for no reason. And now I can't say for no reason, but the vibe I was getting was like, it has something about starting up conflict so that they can watch other practitioners do work, write down how they did it or copy how they do it, and then they've been going back trying to do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good, because everybody know, all witches and warlocks know that you do not disclose all the secrets to what you do, which means that if that other person was interfering with your work, causing it to backfire and stuff like that, so that you can do the work, even though you call yourself trying to save some money, like, oh, well, it didn't work, so I'm not paying you. And that's the vibe that I'm getting. These witches and warlocks are not getting paid because 9 times out of 10, they got somebody behind the scenes that's blocking their spell work to keep it from working, to work to an extent, and then find out how they did it, work to an extent, and then block it so that it don't work, so that this person will go in and start doing, or pick up pretty much where that other person left off and say, well, it didn't work, so I don't have to pay you because it didn't work. So you fucking people, playing people. And I don't know if that's the case. Like me, myself, I ain't cut like that. Like, you know, I do my best not to mess with nobody money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you wasn't so discerning to look into something like that. And if you think I'm lying, just pull cards and it'll say if it's true or not. Just pull your cards. Go to your divination or whatever and see if it's true or not. It may not even apply to you. You got the Knight of Cups in reverse here. Yes, see, that's that bitterness. That's that bitterness I was talking about. This person only cares about themselves. They're envious, they're jealous, they're moody. It's hard to serve a master like that, right? Now, remember I told you that this wisdom is twofold, right? So this ties into why you got never superseding the master. In the law of power, they said, if anything, you want to make the master shine. Make the master look like they're the smartest in the room, that they look good, they look best. And that right there is what preserves your life and your power and secures more power for you. However, it was Nikolai Machiavelli who said, what did he say? He was telling his nephew, he said, if somebody's already powerful, don't give them power. Because if you give them power, you allow them to crush you. And he was talking about how somebody had took over a territory and gave the power and gave it to the church, the Roman church. And then the Roman church use that territory to build up military strength and power and team up with somebody against them to overtake that other territory, and you know what I'm saying, and expand it basically, or something similar to that. So that's the fallacy of one of the 48 laws of power. I mean, essentially, yes, it's very true. You don't want to supersede the master. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that a lot of what accompanies power, just like in the 48 laws of power, what it was saying, what accompanies power is pride, jealousy, envy, greed, moodiness, with the Knight of Cups out here in reverse. So yeah, I mean, that's just the vibe that I was getting, you know. Let's see what else we got out here. We got the Nine of Swords in reverse here. So with the Nine of Swords in reverse here, something about yeah, because right here it says something about the secrets and stuff like that. It says secrets, releasing worry, hope, reaching out, inner turmoil, deep-seated fears. Whoever this is, they keep everybody that they work with in some kind of fear. This is a fearmonger. This is somebody who feeds off of the fear of other, but they call it respect. That's what they think. They think fear is respect in some way, shape, or form. You got the Three of Wands out here. So with the Three of Wands out here, has to do with expansion, yeah. Okay, so if you are going through spiritual warfare, the person who originally waged the warfare against you, their spell, at some point, their spell stopped working. Okay, it stopped working. Once, as it stopped working over time, they had hired other people to reiterate the work, redo the work. Okay. When they had those people redo the work, it just I don't know why, it just gave me the vibe that they got jealous of these people because some of these people were being successful. Some of these people were successful at what they did to you. Some of them was very successful. But you praying, you cleansing yourself, you doing what you do on top of this person going behind the scenes paying practitioners to block it so that they can come in and do the work and get the glory for it, is the vibe that I'm getting here. And so Spirit Guides revealed to me what I need to know about the blocking the work. So let's see how they blocked the work. Let's find out how they was blocking the work. Let's find out how they was blocking the work. Matter of fact, I got a witch's deck over here. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles out here. They were paying, that's the vibe I'm getting. They were paying people to block this work. They was providing finances, a working parent. They could have, let's say if this is a man who did it, he was paying his baby mama, or his baby mama was blocking it. Somebody baby mama would have been blocking witches and warlocks, spell works and stuff like that. Because essentially what was going on, I guess the dad, I don't know if she was jealous of them being able to do what she couldn't do. She was trying to maintain her reputation in some way, shape, or form. Red flowers. Something about red flowers. Huh. Ooh, that one failed. Yeah. This person was in, whoever this person is, even though they're paying people to do spell work, they were paying people they were in competition with to do this spell work. So it was two birds with one stone, essentially. So it also is now it's starting to evolve where they were finding people who were competition in that field. And they were asking like, oh, I need you to help me. I got a problem, or this and that. This person is this person is that. And they're like, oh, I got you, you know, whatever. I'll take care of it. You know, and they get to doing the work. You see what I'm saying? Getting to doing the work. And they're starting to work and stuff like that. And this person was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to block it. So when I block it, it's going to do a return to sender on top of what this person's been praying over themselves. It's going to block it, and it's going to do a return to sender to this person. And when it comes back to this person, it's going to take out their business and I get to watch. As I'm watching them do the work, I'm learning everything that they know. And then I'm knocking off the competition. Yeah. Somebody is scamming witches and warlocks. And I don't know how the fuck they hiding their energy to do this shit. But somebody is taking out this is an assassination. This is an assassination right here. If you ask me, it's an assassination. And if it haven't happened yet, it's to come. There's somebody out here whoever been doing spell work on you, you're not the only one. They've been paying people to do work on you. But they've been actually doing work on people that they've been hiring. They've been basically hiring people that they've been trying to sacrifice and get rid of. So that way their hands is clean. The person gets sacrificed. They get the secrets. They get the competition in that field is eliminated. So they get more business. And on top of that, they get the glory and the fame too. So let's see what kind of work they've been doing to block these practitioners. You got grief in reverse, and you got healing magic in reverse here. They've been blocking practitioners from being able to heal themselves. And not only that, something about grief in reverse. Let me see if I can find it. I haven't used this deck in a while. What is that, number 20? Hold on. I'm sorry. Somebody was talking. Somebody spoke my name. Okay, grief is a warning in reverse. Is a warning in reverse. You are about to lose something you love, though you know it has ran its course, even if it seems unexpected. Things are reached their natural end, and although painful, it's time to let it go. Wow. Grief is a warning in reverse. You are about to lose something you love, though you know it ran its course. So yes, whoever this was, it's almost, I can't say that they robbing them, but it's like it just give me the vibe of them removing things out of the practitioner's life, causing chaos and conflict, almost like they did like a chaos jar, and put you in that chaos jar and saying, like, if anybody attacked this person, this happens to them, right? And then they're paying these practitioners to attack you, so that the backlash of that spill of that jar, it's like they're using you to fish out the competition and eliminate them. It's keeping certain healers from healing themselves. That's why you got some that are losing their mind, why they can't recover. It's a jar somewhere. It's a jar. It's either a jar or it's something. It's something this person has that's blocking people from healing themselves after they attack you. It has nothing to do with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. You pray, you do your cleansing work and stuff like that. You do that. And that's for you. But the backlash has something to do. That's why I was saying, don't layer spell work. Don't layer spell work. This is why. This is the perfect example why. There's people out here who will go to somebody who do Wiccan, hoodoo, voodoo. They'll go to somebody who do Santeria. They'll go all over and find everybody that they can find to do work. And they have them all doing it at one time. But guess what? My faith is different than yours. My mind state is focused on something different than this person's. Everybody's intentions are all over the place. All you have to do is find that one person with the weakest energy. And you break that, and it snaps the entire thing. And everybody get hit off that shit. And that's exactly what's happening here. The weakest link, they engineered the weakest link. Somebody engineered this shit. Somebody engineered this shit. It's kind of like they got a vendetta against people who do work in the beginning. And they found some kind of way. They found some kind of work that they did. And it's causing backfire. It's keeping practitioners and stuff from being able to heal themselves. Candle magic in reverse. Yeah, blocking candle magic too. Like the petitions from the candle magic is being blocked out. Wow, I'm gonna put one more pumpkin out here. Oh, okay. So this is what happened. So they're feeding off of that energy. Remember I said they put you in a jar and they do the spell work on it, right? And say basically anybody that attacked them, they lose this and that, but I gain it. You see what I'm saying? And then they go into all those practitioners and stuff and paying them to attack and stuff like that. Yeah. Somebody fucked some people up. I don't know why they do it. And now I'm picking up on the energy of somebody like, oh, you lying, you this. I am not lying, y'all. You gonna see for yourself. You gonna see for yourself, because you know what? That practitioner gonna pull the cards on that. They gonna pull cards on it, and by the grace of God, you're gonna be able to see. You're gonna be able to see it for yourself. But yes, there's an assassin out here. I don't know if it's more than one person or not, but there's definitely an assassin out here who's taking out people who are spiritual. Basically people who do dark work. Yeah. But they're using you as bait, or they used you as bait to get these people in. Because just like, I don't know if you ever noticed, like, you know, if you do, like say if you get upset and then you start trying to throw work or whatever to try to protect yourself, stuff like that. And, you know, most of the time it does work or whatever, right? I'm not going to say, oh, it doesn't work. But the purpose of that, throwing that energy out like that, was for a jar that they did for somebody else to backfire on you and take stuff from you. So it's kind of like there's one person in the middle, right? It's like an old Vietnam War thing, right? Where the troops, like it's somebody who's hiding underground, right? That person that's hiding underground, that's the one who's doing the spell work with the jar, right? And then they'll pop up and they'll start a war. They'll shoot, maybe, you know, throw an attack at that person or at you or whatever. Like in the middle of a whole bunch of people, just throw a stone and then hide back down. And while everybody's fighting, the more they fight, the more they lose. That's the name of that's basically what it is. The more you fight, the more you lose. And this person never told anybody about this. Somebody, I don't know, somebody could have made a lot of money off this too. There's probably businesses and stuff that, and matter of fact, I just did a reading that's uploading right now. I don't know if it came out or not yet, but I was saying, like, you know, it was, you know, pretty much like a scam thing going. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's this or not, but that's the vibe that I'm getting here. So that's wild. That's wild. I will pull to see who it is, but I ain't gonna do all that because it don't matter. They don't matter like that. What matters is that you protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do your spiritual baths, whatever you gonna do. And I know y'all hear me say that all the time. You know, fast, whatever. What you need to fast. Whatever you need to do. But yeah. All right, y'all. I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy and do with this information what you will. Oh, I forgot the counter intelligence, right? So ancestors, spirit guides revealed to me the what counter actions can be taken against this work. Well, 48 laws of power, the counter actions that you're being suggested to take, because like I say, this person is jealous of the people in their charge because they can't actually do the work. Okay, so Page of Pentacles out here, manifesting financial opportunities, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. You're being guided to entertain your creative flow. The more you entertain your creative flow, the more it's going to let me see. Yeah, because basically you got somebody out here who's pretty much trying to abuse their power towards you. So basically you're being told to focus on your creativity, because that creativity that you got is going to bring some money in. You're going to learn some new wisdom. There's something about your creative flow that's going to open up either open up a new gift for you to see or perceive something, or it's gonna connect you to something or somebody. It give me the vibe that there's an ancestor that you haven't tapped into, because you might have, this person, whoever this person is, everybody called this person crazy in the family. They called this person weird or crazy or something like that. But this person was tapped in on a different octave. It was something about their DNA code where it was like they're it's not necessarily walk in between worlds, but in between densities. You know what I'm saying? And by them being in between densities, it was difficult for people to understand them, but they had some kind of wisdom or some kind of power. It's kind of like they had the ability to perceive higher density beings or lower density beings, right? Because you know you got clairvoyance, and that's basically what clairvoyance is really is. It's like having the ability to perceive densities. You see what I'm saying? Because by us being in the visible light range, there's densities outside of the visible light range that we cannot perceive, because you know it's kind of like fish not being able to see water. Okay, that's basically what it is. Okay, you're getting ready to tap into a gift that was connected to somebody who either lost their mind or something like that, but that's because they acquired it. When they acquired it, was handed down to them, or they inherited it, which means that they wasn't really given like the rules or whatever. But by you raising your vibrations, you'll have a better understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? So yes, there's definitely some kind of gift or something, but it requires you to tap into your creativity. When I say creativity, it doesn't have to be like frivolous. This gives me the vibe of, let's say, if you're going to cleanse yourself, I mean, if you're going to go to work or something like that, let's say work or whatever, you're finding creative ways to do your job without being so strenuous on your body. Just creative ways to improve your circumstances around you. In doing that, like say, you know, you found a better way to, you know, keep something clean, or you find better ways to do the processes that you do every day, and doing that, it's going to free your mind up for you to be able to perceive a wisdom from the universe. You're going to get a download. With this download, it's going to tell you how, it's going to hand you the gift, and you know, you're going to learn how to master it. You see what I'm saying? But yes, continue to do your creativity. And another aspect, the hermit card out here. So basically, while you're doing this, you may have to go into isolation, but essentially, it's not necessarily like isolate, like separate yourself from everybody and stuff like that, because the law of power that's being used against you has to do about superseding the master. It has to do with pride, jealousy, envy, and stuff like that. In order to truly protect yourself, search yourself. Like when your enemies are, you know, basically when you observe an undesirable trait in your enemy, especially those who are spiritually attacking you, that's a time to weigh your own soul. Examine yourself to see if there's instances of that in your life. And do your best to cut it off and rid yourself of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to like, oh, and change completely and be perfect. No, that is by no means, that is not what this means. This means that just be conscientious of it. So that way, when this energy comes up, you're like, okay, I'm feeling envious because, you know, this is triggering my envy in me. And this is you being honest with yourself. This is triggering envy in me. Okay, so that means that I need to work harder. This is triggering my anger or my wrath. I need to get away, because if I don't, I'm going to break somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of vibe. It's not, sometimes one thing I had to learn about growth, it isn't always about changing it or getting rid of it or releasing it or holding on to it. Sometimes it's never about that. It's being conscientious about the emotion, the thought, the habit. And it's so many of them, by the time you learn one, it's easy to forget another one. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Y'all, it happens all the time. But yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be it's time to, you're going to be cultivating. I'm sorry, I keep picking up on the vibe of somebody listening, which more than likely they probably are trying to tap into my speaker right here to listen on the inside of the truck. It's weird though, because a lot of people think, you know, that, I mean, that may sound crazy, but I've been studying EMF waves and AC waves and stuff like that. If you ever, for those of you who don't know about electronics, but whatever, but there is definitely possible to spy on people's phones and stuff like that using, you know, even whether it's powered up or not. It's easy to, you know, it's easy to tap into people's Wi-Fi, all that stuff. I just learned about all that stuff, man. It's wild. Yeah, because basically what happens is the there's like an electromagnetic signal that gets sent out all over everywhere, and then you just need something to copy that signal. When it copies that signal, it translates it back to you, and that's how a lot of police officers. That's where police officers get their taps from. When it comes to like being able to like tap into your phone and listen to what you got going on, listen to what you got going on, whether your phone is on or off. It still have that. It still has copper in it, and that copper that's connected to it is still kind of like it still has the capacity to receive electromagnetic waves, whether it's on or not, on or off, which means there's a lot of it's still oscillating, but the actual electronic component isn't. Long story, long story. But anyway, I'm so sorry. I get caught up in nerd stuff like that, man. Okay, so yes. Last but not least, you got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here. So, like I say, there's a dark side. Yeah, definitely tend to yourself at this time. Tend to yourself at this time, because there's a chance that somebody could be trying to abuse their power over you, or abuse some kind of finances, trying to convince you to do something you wouldn't ordinarily do for money. That's what this is leading up to. Somebody's trying to convince you, or trying to play a game, a chess game with you, or convince grandmasters to play a game with you until you do something you wouldn't ordinarily do. And when you do that, it's going to lower your vibration to make you where that gift that you earn or whatever isn't going to be so stable, or you might even forget about everything altogether. All right, that's all I got. I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy. Be safe out here, and peace.